Now, I just want to talk about one more painting from the Harvard Art Museums from their collection. And it's not a great painting, but it's a painting that I find quite interesting because it's a subject we don't often see. We see it more often as sculpture than we do painting. And in this case, it's a mandala. It's HAR number 83801. And it's a mandala from obviously a collection. So I don't know. It's hard to say what collection it would be from, because at this time I think we only have one example, and we don't have anything to compare it to try and determine, to narrow it down to whether or not it might be the Bharigyatsa or the Mitra Gyatsa or some collection like that. But anyway, what we have is we have a 5-deity Marichi mandala, and this is called the Kalpoktam Marichi. She has 3 faces and 8 hands. Her left face is the face of a sow, a pig, a wild boar, and her right face is a little wrathful red in color. Then she has 8 arms, and she's seated in a relaxed posture. And around her we have eight petals of a flower, and in the 4 directions we have 4 other goddesses who are in a slightly peaceful, slightly wrathful appearance. They're not wrathful and they're not peaceful, they're in between. This is something that we get with Sarma more than we get with earlier forms of Buddhism or Bön. With the Nyingma and the Bön religion, they often talk about Shitro, the peaceful and wrathful, and they don't talk about the Shimatro as often as a classification, but of course they have it. They have peaceful, semi-peaceful, and wrathful. And then in some cases, very wrathful, Shintutro, the very wrathful. But generally in Sarma, they refer to peaceful, semi-peaceful, and wrathful based on Deva, or Devi, the gods in the heavens. Rishi, the sort of angry old men that live in the forest that are meditating and following after knowledge, wisdom, and devotion. And then you have the Raksha from the island of Sri Lanka. And so that's where you get the Deva, Rishi, and Raksha. And that's how it's described in the commentaries for a lot of the Sarma Tantras. So Sarma Tantras, we're talking Chakrasambhara, Hebhadra, Kala Chakra, Vajra Bhairava, like that. So with this mandala, we have Marichi, sort of a yellow color in the middle, 4 attendant goddesses, and then we have the outer circle of the mandala, and it's basically a peaceful mandala. There's no cemeteries or anything like that. But if you look to the upper left, you'll see a small brown figure within a circle, and that's Virupa. Upper right, viewer's right, then you have Sachen Kunga Nyingpo. So that establishes that this painting is coming out of the Sakya tradition. At the top, beginning at the viewer's left, we have the lineage with Shakyamuni, Manjushri, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 Indians, and then we have Tibetans, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Tibetans after that. And I'm not sure what the lineage is for the Kalpoktam Marichi, but I'm just not sure what it is. I've not looked it up and compared lineages. But the main lineage for Kalpoktam Marichi in the Sakya tradition should be coming from Bari Lotsawa, coming out of the Druptap Gyatsa. Now, along the bottom, we have 2 more figures in their own circles, halo-like circles. But then at the bottom we have 4 more Tibetan teachers, and then at the bottom, almost the center, we have white Tara, moving to the viewer's right, green Tara, yellow Vasudhara, yellow Jambala, white Achala, red Hayagriva, and then in the final, very far right, bottom right, we have Panjanata Mahakala. Now, the painting is not particularly fine. It's a little rough, and it was probably done relatively quickly, and it was going to be part of a set. It's going to be part of an initiation set. So these would be brought out when initiations are meant to be given, and it would be hung and it would be used for ritual purposes. But as I mentioned, it's not common to find Marichi in a mandala such as this, and so that's really what's unusual about it. And also, it's most likely because some of the looseness of the drawing and the quickness of it, it looks like it's probably 16th century. Could be early, could be middle. It would be earlier middle, not late. Because this style becomes less popular at that time and newer styles begin to take over. So, Marichi in a mandala. We'll leave it there. You can press like, you can subscribe, you can join HAR on Patreon for deeper, more in-depth analysis of paintings, art, collections, and even some abstract topics. And you can join for free and get a certain amount of information, or you can be a donor to Himalayan Art Resources and receive a lot more content.